It's Week 12 of the NFL. And up next, we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. Who knows what we're in store for here? And it's all up next.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Glad to have you with us, football fans. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt up here in the broadcast booth. And Brock, one side with a clear advantage coming into this one, coming off the bye week, while their opposition, well, not only are they less rested, but they're coming off a big L as well.
Just a reality. I'm sorry. Just a reality of the NFL that every season you're going to catch somebody coming off a bye or in more time to rest up than you did. And if you feel sorry for yourself, well, you're probably going to lose. When these games come along, it's time to grit your teeth and work even harder on those tired legs. And you're going to see a lot of teams in that spot try some.
Weather's starting to get a bit colder, but playoff hopes burning bright as ever for most of our teams as we get underway here in Week 12. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And they'll be led out by the longtime veteran at QB.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
They put a receiver in motion right. First play is to the air. Short pass brought in. And this one does not go far.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with third down and 5. Looking for a throw here. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, that's one of those cases, and we see it at every level. He simply took off before he got full possession, and that's simply a drop.
Punt team on the field. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And leading them out in his 6th season in the league now is their quarterback.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. But a couple of interceptions, he's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. And that falls incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it'll be second down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll give him a first down. Blown back gets the handoff. And he's going to get him up to the midfield stripe with that run. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From midfield now. Finds a man right side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Less than a yard needed here on fourth. Throwing now, needing a first. Throw caught by his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll run here on first down. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Here's 2nd and 7. Cut out left. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Plowing up the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Play action on first down. Has it downfield working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A pickup there of 39. And that will set up 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
From the red zone now. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! These guys go up 6-0 here in the first. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work.
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
No change to the call on the field. So that play is going to remain a touchdown. That one right down the middle. And these guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The visitors and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. They'll throw on first. Into traffic, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. He'll throw it. Caught, nice gain left side. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for and you go out and execute.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
The give here on second. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Buys time, rolling, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Offense to the line for second down. Another try following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing with a blitz on the way. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up fourth and long. Punting unit out now. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. You are not going to see a better punt than that. He picked the perfect angle, and it flies out of bounds at the 1. No chance at a return. They're out and set, first and 10. Hand off to the back. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Looking to the air here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Neither side separating much so far. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You know, when we watch the combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. And it wasn't a touchdown or a field goal, Brock, but hey, points are points, and their first points of the game come on that there safety.
You'll take them any way you can get them in this league, Kate, right? And if the defense has got to score and they've got to continue to score, that is just fine, because that is a breath of fresh air on that sideline and hopefully a bit of a kickstarter for their offense as well.
So following the safety block, they're on now to begrudgingly send it away with a free kick. Fields this at the 19. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The offense getting set to go. Now their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. To throw it on first down. A lot of speed on it, too tough to handle, incomplete.
You know, quarterback's going to count on 99 of 100 times completing that short, simple route to a tight end. But even the shortest and simplest of throws will find a drop at some point, too.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
That right there is one of the biggest differences between the NFL and college game. Heck, the high school and Pop Warner game. Because when you break away from a sack at those lower levels, big things happen.
They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn.
So much to the chagrin of this crowd, that challenge flag is out, and they want to take another look. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
So the challenge ends up successful. He, in fact, did not get both feet in. This is incomplete. Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. To throw here on 1st down. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Setting up a throw. And that throw just too high for him. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And now it's 2nd down. They'll throw it. That one's complete over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd and just 2 to go. Back to throw. He beams one deep right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And that brings up 4th and short. So out now comes the punter. And they could really use a good one here. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. Their offense running back out now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll have it up across the 20 on a decent pickup there. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. From the 23. He's got it over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throw left side, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Right up the gut. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Here's 2nd and 11. That's completed right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Brought in right side. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. Working inside the red zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Goes up and over for the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys push the lead up to 12. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Brings in the kick at the 9. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And the fumble recovery is made. This offense making its way back out now. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A give now from the gun. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. Their punter making his way out now. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And they have made it no secret that they want to go his way in this game, right? And the results so far, I'd say very promising. Running back sent in motion. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. He completes it in traffic. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They'll throw it again. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
3rd and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. So we've hit halftime, and there's some work to do at the break. A 12-point deficit thus far. As we send things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the...
Well, I hope everybody was lightning quick, ready to grab a refill or a bite to eat, because no halftime report this week. Everyone's set to get the 3rd quarter underway. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive of the 2nd half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. Brought in inside the 20. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
On the move, headed right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. Throwing from the gun here. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And it'll give him a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one's complete, right side. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Here's a throw. Into traffic, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing now, off play action. Finds a man right side. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Trying to get it with the option. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
Some tough running from the leader of the offense right there. Didn't have a ton of room, but he made it work well enough to move those chains.
And they send a man in motion. Throwing now on 1st down. This one's caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
They give it to him up the middle. Goes up and over for the touchdown. These guys push their lead further to start the half. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one right down the middle. And these guys go up by 19. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now this offense getting set to work here. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. from the 31. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Dropping back to throw. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And 4th and 4 coming up.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll throw to begin this drive. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick, knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes, and if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And his guys shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Return starts at the 9. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's only going to take this forward to about the 38. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 38. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Throwing now from the gun. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 14. Short pass brought in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Setting up the screen. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spot. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and 11. And he's not quite that fast. Led him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They're throwing it. The rush gets home, and they stick it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
They'll send out the punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they'll have a short field in front of them as they take over. First and 10, they're going to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. He's dropping back to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Following that incompletion, we've got an injured player on the field in need of a look from the trainers. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this 3rd quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. They give it to him again. Reaches the 35. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And that is a touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. This offense getting all set for this series. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Scooped up by the defense. And they'll return it for a touchdown. These guys turn the fumble into 6. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping up that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
Offense trying to add to the defensive effort and turn 6 points into 8. He's throwing for it. And that pass is caught inside the end zone. The 2-point try comes through, and their lead's a field goal now. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, and certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Pass play now. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's just a field goal game right now as we get set for our final quarter. Third and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think everybody in the building was already thinking about the next play to run as they watched that short throw to the tight end. That's a gimme. You don't expect to see many of those drops.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. So the penalty is going to back him up 5, and in all likelihood, they need to come up with a new play call for 3rd down. Following the flag, it's 3rd and 7. Now looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 from the 41. Back now, pressure on its way. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And there wasn't much he could do there. A small gain to the 43. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Pass play coming here. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Now this offense ready to head back out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action here. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 1. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Back to throw. Complete out to the right. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that gives them the 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll throw it again. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And it sets up 1st down. They'll send their tight end right. Throwing from the gun here. Completed to his running back. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Lone back gets the handoff. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They send the tight end in motion. From the 18 on 2nd down. Cut out left. And this one doesn't go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. He gets 3 on the run, and now a couple of options for him on 4th down. So now the field goal unit runs on in a very big spot. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the fourth quarter, that's going to tie the game.
After I'd imagine dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. From the 34. Has him on the quick hitter. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw now. He's going to push one deep down the right. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's the handoff. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
And he'll get it down for a solid gain to about the 37. Give him 4 yards as we have hit our 2-minute warning. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. These guys with a little more work to do to win it here. From the 37. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. All right, set now, 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He stopped at the 17. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their 1st. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Fullback dive up the gut. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll run it from the gun. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. First down, and they go right back to him. And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Back-to-back carries here. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. This is his biggest moment of the game so far, an important field goal try here. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
1st and 10 now from the 30. One final shot here. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. What a game for our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.